All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now, I covered the Schaub and Ariel Helwani beef pretty extensively, and I mean, I don't know about extensively. I think I did 2 or 3 videos, but I did it just because I thought it was funny. Like the way that Ariel went at Schaub seemed so out of character, and his execution was so good that it was worth covering. And from there, you're covering responses, etc. But I was done with it, right? Like it had played its course to where anything beyond this was just going to be overkill. But I saw something yesterday on Unique's channel, dude. On Unique. He was like, Jesse, can you talk about my channel again, please? And I was like, yes, dude, I will. But that is really where I found it. So, and this went from like, this is kind of funny to, man, this actually, that was kind of nasty what you did there, you know? Like, when Ariel went on and basically talked, you know, systematically tearing down Schaub's career, I was like, okay, that was kind of funny. But this, I was like, that's what you just did is kind of nasty, man. Like, I don't know. To me, this is not a good look. And I'm talking about Ariel. And as a preface, Ariel, I have nothing but good things to say about Ariel. I've been communicating with Ariel since 2017 through email as just like some random dude who hit him up. I'm actually pretty sure he has no idea that the Jesse in his email is Jesse on Fire because I've never really said it to him. So, but yeah, I mean, like I'm just some random dude that started hitting him up and he responds to me every time I email him. Like he's good people. You know what I mean? I think I have some thoughts on why he did this that I will share afterwards, but we'll get into it. Now, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Now, here's the thing. So Schaub finally, like, I don't even about finally, but Schaub and Ariel spoke. And Schaub did a very long form, to me, appearing to be super genuine, like, apology to Ariel, right? Like, I mean, I don't know, because I actually saw the Schaub one day, and then I saw Ariel's response the following day, and I'd spent 24 hours like, man, dude, Schaub is actually a really stand-up dude. I mean, like, that really proves it. With how that went, you know, after all the things that Ariel said, for him to go on that intentionally humble, I mean, that says a lot about the guy. Like, anyway, I'll show it to you, and then I'll show you Ariel's response to it. And, you guys tell me, or I'll tell you, either way afterwards. So let's start with Schaub. We're gonna watch that right now. Boom.
So we had a conversation like 2 grown-ass adults. And I get, from his view, I get it, man. I get it from a number of different angles. You know, I think the narrative on UFC 199 and UFC 200 with the Brock Lesnar situation, the narrative that probably the UFC put out, which, you know, I know better than anybody how that organization works. Not better than anybody, better than most, I'd say. There's a lot of people that know more than me, but I have an idea how it works. I've worked for the UFC as an athlete, worked for the UFC as far as entertainer.
By the way, so I cut a few minutes of each guy. You're not going to have to watch this entire thing.
It's going to be tough to ditch that narrative. And then, not only do they paint that narrative, and obviously I have friends that work in the organization who they're getting the same information I get. So if you look at the MMA space, there's maybe 5 of us. You know, when you think about it, who is it? It's like Ariel, Luke Thomas, Brian Campbell, Chael Sonnen. You got DC doing the thing now. You got Michael Bisping. I'm saying as far as like this podcast entertainment lane, you know, but Ariel, out of all of them, and Luke are journalists, right? But if, you know, you have those 6 guys and 4 out of the 6 are painting this narrative, to the public, that's going to be the narrative. And I was trying to put myself in Ariel's shoes. Let's say that's not the narrative, but these guys are painting that narrative. You're going to be pissed off, man. You're going to be upset.
Did he just throw those guys under the bus and say,
oh, come on, Unique.
Ariel too?
Now, I'm not a journalist. I know. I stayed at Holiday Inn, but I'm not a journalist. So I'm just saying what I heard from other people at the event and how it went down. Again, I don't know. I don't know Ariel that well. So when I talked to him, he goes, dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, that's not how it went down. That's the narrative that gets painted by the UFC, but that's not how it went down. He goes, I swear on my kids, that's not the way it went down. That's good enough for me, man. Now, I don't know. I don't watch Ariel's show. I think he does the same time as I do. I also don't like to watch other people's interviews if it's somebody I'm going to interview because I don't want to be it'll make me change the way I do it because I'm like, oh, people have already heard this. I'd rather just figure it out on my own. So I hand to God, hand to my kids, I don't watch his show. It's not that I don't think it's a good show. I just don't watch it. I don't have time to watch that many shows. So, I don't know if he's covered what exactly happened at UFC 199 or 200. If he hasn't, it'd be great if he told us his side of the story, which I think a lot of people would like to hear. Again, does anybody here watch it? No. But do we know what exactly has he said what happened at UFC 199? Maybe he can't say it. I don't know. But he just goes, I'm telling you, that's not how it went down. It wasn't a fact that, I had a mole inside and they released the news to me and I knew not to release and I released it. He's like, I've been, I think he went to Syracuse, some shit for journalists. Like, that's rule number one, dude. That's rule number one. And Ariel's a very fucking smart dude. Very, very smart guy. So, all right. I believe him.
There. Now, to be honest with you, this whole thing was really long, and I'm not going to make you guys sit through the entire thing, so I picked like just a little segment of it. I actually, in hindsight, probably could have picked a better segment but at least you can see the tone. Like that's what it was like 20 minutes long, and that's what the whole thing is like. Schaub being super humble, being super relaxed, and just completely putting it on himself. Like he earlier, he's like, I didn't realize how much I hurt him. He did apologize earlier on. And I just thought it was a classy thing to do given the context. By the way, he say 6 guys in the lane in terms of MMA podcasts. You better check that in a year, son. There's nobody leaving me on that list. What? Leaving me off that list is what I meant, but I'm also joking because I'm not, that's why I can be so good on this thing, is because I'm not in that community, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. I mean, at least I'm not super concerned about like running into people. I know that these guys think about that, where they're like, yeah, God, I want to fucking light this guy up, but I'll probably see him at an event. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not super concerned about that right now, so I'll just go ahead and say whatever the fuck I want. Anyway, but, so yeah, I mean, I just, again, in all seriousness, like I thought that was a super classy thing that he did. And I watched it, I was like, okay, Schaub's a good dude, man. Like you just can't deny it after that. Like you can't deny it. He completely like humbled out and didn't talk shit. He took it on himself. He apologized. That's a good thing to do. And then I saw Ariel's response, which I'm going to show it to you right now. And I don't know, you guys tell me how it rubs you. Let's watch it right now. Boom.
I would love to sit here and say thank you for going on the air and saying sorry for the lies about 199, for the lies about being hard to work with, for the lies about the Jake Paul fight, for the lies about ESPN. I would love to sit here and say I accept your apology. The problem is I didn't hear an apology.
Schaub did address all of those things.
I actually did not hear an apology. I didn't hear, hey man, I'm sorry. That was my bad. Now, am I going to be an a-hole and sit here and demand? No. We're moving on. We are moving on. We got a 20-minute, somewhat sincere, long, at times genuine, at times nonsensical, at times confusing, at times repetitive recap of the past month or so. And so I will accept whatever that was. It was
so
not
disrespectful,
an apology.
man.
It was not a correcting of the record. But I don't want to keep doing this every week because I'm sure you're getting tired of it.
And he did correct the record. He said he believes Ariel's story on all of those things.
Second of it. I am not going to say I accept the apology because one never came. But I will say this, because he was quite open with what happened recently, so I will be as well. After the show, when I left, as I was signing off, I got the text saying, I'll call you in 15 minutes. The text was from him. Maybe he knew that I called him. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Called about 30 or so minutes later, and we did have a conversation. And at the very beginning of that conversation, I said, hey, I just want to let you know the missed call was from me on the show. I called you on the show because you said, and I said this all, and, you know, I didn't know if he was recording it or not, but I'll back everything up. I said,
he was.
I heard you say I didn't have the balls to say any of this to you, and so I wanted to call you in the quickest way possible and let you know that I do have the balls.
Told
to
you.
Say anything that I would say on this air about anyone, to anyone.
Told you.
He claimed that he didn't know that I did that on the air, and that's fine. And we did have, I thought, a pretty pleasant conversation for about, 15, 20 minutes about the last few months, or couple months or month or so. And the basic gist of it all was, how does this end? And I said, look, I'm not looking to prolong anything. I don't want to come across as a bully. I just want what I initially said at the very beginning was an apology, a correcting of the record. 199, ESPN, working with people, Jake Paul. That's it.
And Schaub 100% said he didn't get fired from ESPN
there too. And I said very clearly, I don't need a whole long drawn out thing. This could be over in 45 seconds. Hey man, I messed up. We're cool, respect, you do your thing, I do my thing, that's it. 45, 30, 60 seconds tops. I didn't need 10 minutes, I didn't need 15, I didn't need 20. I thought you can be done with this at the top of the show, at the bottom of the show, middle of the show, before an ad break, after an ad break, get it over with and move on.
Okay, let's stop there. So, dude, like, if a guy that you had a problem with gives you like a 20-minute, like, being super humble explanation and taking your side of everything, being like, it is true, like, and he's a really smart guy, like, this, I believe him about UFC 199, he wasn't fired from ESPN, I didn't realize how much I hurt him, and it goes on for 20 minutes, it's like, to like, it's so disrespectful, man. I don't have any other word for it. It's like, dude, we're guys, okay? Like, we're guys. If a dude who is a combative person by nature takes a real serious step back, like goes outside of like, this back and forth, even if it wasn't really that serious, and does what Schaub did, and you're just like, Jesus, I mean, thanks. Could have done it in like 30 seconds. I would be like, hey bro, fuck you, okay? Like, before I didn't care. Like, before I was just kind of like, oh, this is funny, but like, I gave you like something really genuine, and you like looked at it, you're like, thanks, I'll give it to my dog, and I'll let everyone know. I don't know. I thought that was super fucked up, personally. But, yeah, I was like, I'm trying to put myself in Ariel's position. I was like, is he just doing it because he's doing Helwani? Or is he doing it because, I don't know, he wants to get one last shot in? Or I can't understand. I have no answers. I just think it was not nice. And like I said, dude, Ariel has always seemed to be a pretty fucking nice guy to me. But, I don't know. But anyway, if he thinks that it was super, if he thinks that this is disrespectful, believe me, I'm collecting people that want me to start making videos about him. But as of now, I just think that was a nasty thing to do. So that's what I've got. And subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. We'll be at 400,000 before you know it, and then 1 million. And then I'll be looking down on everyone. What's up, dude? Anyway, love you guys. Peace.